What's up, people? It's Jonathan Lacey, and we're back with another episode of the Laced Up Podcast. And I believe this is episode 13 for us now. So, we're coming up on the really on 20 pretty soon. But yeah, like today I have a special friend with me. This guy, he was actually one of the groomsmen in my wedding, and him and I we just always been tight growing up as kids. And without further ado, welcome to the show, Josh Reese.
Hey, thanks for having me, Don.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Um, like how you and Madison been doing, man?
Good, just up here, DC, locked in,
Yeah,
snowing.
yeah. Say it
Yeah,
started snowing here not too long ago.
yeah, it's been doing it for like a day and a half now, and it's turned into like ice. So
Ooh,
stuff
I
here, man.
I know it's. I'm pretty sure. I think they said we're supposed to get 18 inches in total up here, and then they said it's supposed to have freezing rain, and then of course that on top of snow and it's all the
Yeah,
ice.
it's not that bad here, but I mean, you know how Virginia gets, and DC's not any different. Nobody knows how to drive in snow, so
No, no,
even just
no.
like 5 inches of snow, people go crazy.
Freak out. Yeah, take all
Yeah.
the milk and the eggs and bread off the
Dude,
shelves.
we went to Target Saturday, right? And I had to get some socks. I know,
Mhm.
random, right? So walk in there and I look at the line and I'm like, that's not the line I check out, is it? We walk around the corner. The line was wrapped around the building Saturday to check out at Target. And I'm like, yeah, no, you can forget about that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, guys, people in the South, for the people that don't know, people in the South, like when we even get maybe 2 inches of snow, all hell breaks loose. Like people don't know how to act, and it's
The milk and the bread. I don't know what they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do
the
with
milk
it,
and the
but
bread
they're
and
gonna
the
take it.
eggs. That's their
Yeah.
lifeline.
I mean, what do you make with milk, bread, and eggs? But
I
I mean, it's
that's what I'm
gone.
trying to figure out. I feel like that's gonna sit like a rock in your stomach, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be nasty. But yeah, no, it was crazy. The guy, we had to return something too, and the guy, he was like yelling at people, like he was like, "Ran out more hours. You want to stay late?" They were panicking. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy though how all that even goes down. But like up here,
Yeah.
man, they don't flip over anything with snow.
Oh yeah, it's a
It's
way
a
of
way of
life.
life. Yeah,
Yep.
that's literally
Yep.
all it is. But well, enough. Well, about the snow and all that good stuff, and how Southerners can't drive in winter weather.
Yep.
Um, so we're going to jump into some NBA news. Last night, I know because it's funny how you're just talking about you living in DC. The Wizards, they beat the Brooklyn Nets,
I know.
and the, the Wizards. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember the record right off the back, but I think they're 4-10. I believe 4-11,
Something
something
like
like
that.
that. And
But like, I mean, what's Russell Westbrook on your team? I mean, triple double machine. So
right, and so that's the thing too. Like like Russell Westbrook, when he's on, he's hard. He's hard to really stop.
yep.
But I just feel like ever since he I think I don't know really. Oh, hold up, got my uncle coming on.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
wait
Hold
a
on.
minute.
Let's see. Uncle Everett.
What's up, man?
Hey, how we doing?
Hey, man, we're doing awesome. We're doing awesome.
Good, good. So, guys, for the people that don't know, my uncle, if you really want to know what he looks like, he looks just like me. His people growing up, people always thought that was his son, and he always had to tell him like, "Nah, that's my net. Look, see, look at
Right, all right.
it." Yeah, this is really this is my I'm his mini me basically.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, gonna say
So
hi to everybody. I got you on Zoom. Jonathan doing his podcast.
yeah, how you guys doing? How you guys doing?
What up? You got to get me on there.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
look,
enough.
hey, you
That's
already
enough.
know.
That's enough.
Hey, Jonathan, we got to
Yeah,
talk about my paparazzi.
Trying to catch a ride on something else, boy.
I know. No, but absolutely, yeah. I appreciate you stopping by, though.
Hey, I told you I'm a big supporter. I'm a big fan of yours, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate that. Um, we was actually just about to get started with some NBA news right now. Talking about the Brooklyn Nets and how they have Kyrie Irving.
The trifecta.
Yeah, the trifecta. Yeah, right. They got the trifecta going on, but yet they're struggling against. Really, they're not the Wizards, and I think Josh, you can attest to this. Like the Wizards, besides Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, when he shows up, they don't have too much to really go to like that, and they seem to really give the Brooklyn Nets a hard time last night. Do you think the Brooklyn Nets are actually as good as people are making them out to be?
Um, I mean, I think so. I think I look at it this way: is everybody's gonna have their off nights, and you have people have their on nights, right? So when you have Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, no matter if they're 4 and 10, they're gonna have a game where they're gonna show up and they're gonna put up some numbers just because they're pure talent, right?
Right.
So I think it might not be anything to panic about for the Brooklyn Nets. Sometimes it takes greatness, to gel together. And look, I'm a Miami Heat fan. The first year LeBron,
Yeah.
D Wade, Chris Bosh were together. I mean, talent got them only so far. So
Right. Right. And so Uncle Everett, I want to ask you too. Like, do you think this is something for the Brooklyn Nets to panic over, or should they kind of like Josh is saying, like it's the off night, just let the gel flow, or what do you
Well,
think?
my thoughts on this is basically this: is that you got to trust sometimes the men who are making the decision, the bean counters. They're not going to try their best not to try to make a mistake.
Right.
So my whole thing is, we as fans, we as spectators, you're going to have to trust the process. Now, the process might be that it's going to evolve into what everybody, that multi-million type of situation that they want. Then again, it may not. Depends upon the personalities of the guys playing. But at this point in time, we have nothing else to do but trust the process.
Mm. So, I want to give you guys an interesting stat that I read with when the Houston Rockets, when they traded James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets, their defense, they have, as of right now, they have the best defensive rating in the NBA right now. And the Brooklyn Nets, ever since they brought James Harden on, they have the worst defensive rating in the NBA.
Mm.
So, do you think this is a coincidence that James Harden maybe was the problem in Houston with the defense? Because defensively, ever since James Harden has went there, James Harden he's notoriously known for not playing defense.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you know something, James Harden is just one man.
Right.
So we're just gonna have to wait and see what the other four guys along with him, what they produce.
Okay. What do you think, Josh?
yeah, I mean, same thing. I mean, it takes a whole team, to operate a defensive unit. But I mean, yeah, also, I guess he's earned that kind of as a for his actions. I mean, go watch YouTube highlight reels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
blowing
yeah,
by
yeah,
him.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it is a team effort. It's a whole unit. I mean, one guy can't guard five people. So
No.
That's
Hmm.
right. That's right. That's right.
Right. So yeah, I just thought it was just so funny because I was just reading that and I was like, man, I said they really coming after James Harden right now.
Well, this
yeah,
this is the time that everybody's going to be most critical because of the move. It's not really James Harden; it's the move.
Yeah. Hmm.
right.
So
Yeah,
everyone's still kind of riding that wave right
yeah.
now.
Everybody is still kind of salty about it, and so just like LeBron James did, back and forth until somebody produce a ring, then everybody shuts up.
Mm.
Yep.
So that's really That's true though. It is true because once you get that ring on your finger, I feel like that. I feel like that kind of brings more attention to you though, because everyone, like with LeBron, everyone's waiting for him to screw up.
Yeah, yeah.
They're waiting for it. And if he does one
Yeah.
thing wrong, everybody jumps on him though. So
Yeah.
it's, you know, it,
Well,
it has its ups and downs.
what's that old saying? You damn if you do, you damn if you don't. So
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
and that's why
Yeah.
LeBron decides that I'm going to do me,
Hmm.
and then we saw the results of that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hey, I know Josh. You got your Heat. What, 2 3 rings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did, and then he, lost
I
us
know he
one
went back
last
to
time out.
Cavs. I know, yeah,
Yeah.
and then he went back to
Yeah.
the
Oh no, the
Cavs.
last finals. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Don't want to talk
hey,
about that.
I know. Yeah, that was
No.
craziness though.
Yeah. I
Kawhi
mean, but
Leonard.
it's a thing. Like you were saying, it's people are gonna have something to say no matter what. So
Right.
somebody's gonna come up with an excuse, even if he has a ring. It's like, well, he did it with this person. He did it with this person, and
Absolutely.
it's like there's
Absolutely.
always gonna be an excuse. So you might as well not, care what other people say.
And
But
see, this is what I was talking to about my last episode with Hip Hop's biggest fan. I was telling him so many people are quick to compare Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. All three of them, they had their different. They were all three of them were different in many ways. They were similar
Mhm.
in certain areas, but if we had to, if any of them were alike, it was definitely Kobe and MJ, just in the mental
Yeah.
aspect. Because Kobe was mean. He didn't care if he hurt your feelings. MJ, same exact way. He didn't care about hurting your
Hmm.
feelings. Like he wanted to win, and that was his desire. But my whole point, though, I'm trying to get at, is that we just as fans, I think we take it for granted. Like we kind of get spoiled and how much talent is in the NBA now that we kind of expect it, and then if we don't get it and if they screw up whatever, it's they're the worst person in the league, and that they need to go down to the G League, and not knocking anybody in the G League, not because there's some hoopers there that are undercover. They're not
that's right.
well
Hadn't been
known yet,
discovered yet. Yeah.
Right.
but
But you know something, Jonathan. That also comes with that price tag.
yeah, yep,
It's when those guys are signing these multi-million-dollar deals and everything. So we are expecting you to be able to take more than what we can take as the
mm,
average person.
right.
And some rises up to occasion, then the others they succumb to it and they show their true colors. So
It's true. It's just, like, look, I can't say any better myself. um, so with the Wizards, as we were talking about earlier, they have been struggling hardcore this year, and probably their best player on their team right now is Bradley Beal, as I think we all know that. But Bradley Beal, he's voiced that he's frustrated because I remember they asked him, like, hey, are you frustrated with your current situation with the Wizards? And his reply was, is the sky blue? And hey, he's frustrated, obviously. And I think before we know it, before the trade deadline, I think we're going to see him get traded. And a couple of the places that I've seen where he may get traded is to the Miami Heat, who are kind of struggling right now this year. Um, and I believe the Golden State Warriors was another one, I believe. So with Bradley Beal's scoring ability and just his competitive edge, who do y'all think he will make a good who will he fit better with, the Miami Heat or the Golden State Warriors? Josh, what do you think?
Well, I'm a little biased, obviously. I'm gonna say Miami, but I mean, I don't know who we're gonna give up to
Yeah,
get him. I mean, I don't want to give up Bam or Tyler Hero. I don't want to give up those two. And I mean, who
especially
are we gonna
Jimmy.
offer up? Yeah, or Jimmy. Yeah, I'm not giving up any of those players. So I mean, I'd like to see him in Miami, but you know, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, because you guys got a lot of young talent that's really meshing well, and I think Jimmy B, him being on that team right now, he's
Yeah.
definitely he's helping you guys like kind of
Well, we
lead.
saw that in the finals. It's when Jimmy Butler was out, we didn't have a leader on the floor. It was just a bunch of young guys. I mean, they've never been on that stage before. They've never been in that kind of circumstance, like where it's high pressure situations. They need a leader. So if you have him on the floor and Jimmy on the floor, you can alternate leaders.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
Um,
but also with Bradley Beal, it's like, I mean, he's gonna have to be traded because I mean, when your mindset is I don't want to be here anymore, you're not giving your all. Like, I mean, you can.
right,
I mean, it's not doing the team any good.
Totally
right,
agree. Totally
and
agree.
that's kind of like the whole thing with who was it? With Kyrie when he was with Boston, he
Yep.
didn't want to be there, and honestly, he kind of cost them. It wasn't just him, but he played a good portion in that whole ordeal of them not advancing as far in the playoffs when he was with them, because you can just
Hmm.
tell he was out there just going through the motions and just
Yeah.
throwing up shots. He didn't care. He wasn't mentally there, kind of like you were saying
Yeah.
with Bradley. But
Hey, Jonathan, I'm gonna have to go, hit another Zoom, but peace out. You are doing a great job. Keep up the good work, and I'll get more people in on you, Doc.
all right, hey, I appreciate you.
Yeah. Nice meeting you, partner.
Yeah. Nice meeting you.
All right.
But yeah, so I think like Bradley Bill, he I would like to see him on the Miami Heat, honestly, because I just the Golden State Warriors, they're they're doing good. They're not doing great like they were have in the past years because Klay Thompson, he's out, and
Hmm.
that he plays a big role in the Golden State Warriors, whether people like it or not.
Right.
He honestly plays just as big of a role as Steph does. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think he would be a good fit though with Miami. But like you saying, I just don't know if he's actually like who you guys give up. Like that's going to be
Right.
crucial, and I think that can come back to bite you because you guys got so many young guys right now that are playing out of their mind. Because like
Hmm.
Bam, he's I never he's undersized for a center. I think he's like
Yeah.
6'8", 6'9", and
Yeah.
but
He's like
he
somewhere in
just
there.
hustle. He
Yeah.
just hustles. And Tyler Hero, he's raw. Like,
Yeah.
and then Duncan Robinson, he's really good.
Yep.
Um, I really don't want to see Jimmy leave the Heat because I could tell
Yeah.
he enjoys playing with that group.
First time you've seen him actually really happy, in
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
seasons. So
Because he literally said during the timeout one time, he's like, "Yo," he said, "I'm telling you, like," he said, "these dudes, like, they want to win, like they're
hmm.
ballers, man."
Yeah.
Because in the in Minnesota when he was there, a lot of people did not like the way he was, you know, like well, not a lot of people, it was really the players that were coming after him saying, "Oh, Jimmy Butler, he's negative and saying this and that," but he was just saying, like, "Dude, you guys don't want to win,"
Right.
and it showed because they have no heart and nothing has changed there. Like they have been terrible. And so
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, he's the kind of person he's not going to sugarcoat it. He's not going to sugarcoat it.
yeah, right. And also, guys, we got another gentleman in the building, Denzel Reeves. How we doing, man?
Was good, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Look, I ain't seen you in a minute, man.
It's been a while, bro.
It has, man.
Wanted to
We
tune in to
just
see what you talking about.
Yeah, we just talking about really like the possible destinations for Bradley Bill because he's not happy in Washington.
Mhm.
And I was telling Josh that a couple of the places that I've read where it could be a possible destination for him is either the Miami Heat or Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
So who do you think he'll be a good fit for?
Bro, I don't even know who the fuck that is really, but I'm gonna listen though.
He's talking about Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Nah, you good, man. You good. Nah, Bradley's a bucket, man. He's a bucket, man. But I want Josh, I'm gonna ask you though too, and so you can chirp in too if you want to as well. But we I was going to ask though, who do you think is winning the Eastern Conference this year? Like just with 'cause I know the Brooklyn Nets, that's the fans hopeful to win, but I don't think a lot of people I don't know, it seemed like they're kind of fading out now just because they're not living up to
Yeah.
the hype right now.
Yeah. I mean, Brooklyn, obviously, they can get stuff put together and they can actually start, gelling. But I mean, watching the Celtics last time out in the playoffs, they're tough to beat. I mean, maybe them,
Right,
but
right.
um, yeah, I'd say one of those two.
Yeah, I'd say like maybe like Philly or Boston will probably be like my two that I can probably ride with because Philly they have the talent to go far, but I think what's going to hurt them is just the inexperience of going deep
Yeah,
into the playoffs. But Boston, that young group of guys, they they've been far. Like last year, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and like Jason Tatum,
Jason Tatum's a
he's
nightmare.
yeah, Jason Tatum is scared. Like he can score from anywhere
Yep.
on the floor. Jalen Brown, he's he's showing us that he can score anywhere
Yeah.
as well, and like he's more than just defense. So I think like they're going to have those two could probably meet up in the Eastern Conference Final
Yeah.
if if the Brooklyn Nets don't get their crap together.
Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
right, man. So but like kind of moving on though to NFL news. All right, so we know the biggest trade that just recently happened was Matt Stafford getting traded to the St. Louis Rams for Jared Goff going to the Detroit Lions. And that trade, like, who do you think what team do you think won?
I think the Rams. I mean, Matt Stafford wasn't the problem in Detroit.
No.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like who has the most assets around them, and I think obviously the Rams. And adding Matt Stafford to that, you know, they're not really losing anything. I
Right.
mean, the
Hmm.
Lions pretty much. I mean, almost got a like for like trade. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, what's he gonna
I
do that Matt Stafford can do? You know?
right, right. It kind of like how people are hoping, or not hoping that, but they were expecting this year for Tom Brady to get exposed, thinking that the system in New England was the reason why he won 6 Super Bowl rings, but it just showed that
Hmm.
didn't matter where you put him at. Like this dude,
Yep.
he was going to be Tom Brady regardless.
Right.
I think we're going to actually see that excuse that they were trying to go for Tom Brady is going to be for Jared Goff,
Yeah.
because I think the system was helping him have the little bit of success that he did with the Rams.
Hmm.
Because Jared Goff, for me personally, I think he got a little too much love.
Yeah.
And then if I think when he went to the Super Bowl, people were saying, "Oh, like Jared Goff, he's the top 5 quarterback in the league," and I'm just saying, like, I don't know about that, man.
I
Like
don't see that.
that's, and they were trying to do the same thing for Carson Wentz that year when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like, dude, Nick Foles is the reason why really that they went as far as they did, and they
Yeah.
won because of
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
And yeah, like I
Yeah.
just it's just crazy to me though that to see that the Detroit Lions, they really wanted to part ways with Matt
Hmm.
Stafford, and I think that's they're
Yeah.
going to regret that so much.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they'll get some kind of like bounce out of it. Having a new quarterback in there, might excite some players, but I don't see that lasting the whole season.
No. Mm-mm.
So
And I think Matt Stafford, Sean McVay, I think that's going to open up the Rams' offensive playbook even more.
mhm.
Like because I think like that the back of the playbook where you may, let's say, like, I don't know, like it's like a couple trickery plays I think you can do with Matt Stafford. There's
Mhm.
also Matt Stafford can just bomb it down the
Yeah.
field too. And I think that part of the playbook you can wipe some dust off of there. And I think we're going to see like Matt Stafford is going to ball
Yeah.
in St. Louis, and I think not St. Louis, well, in Los Angeles, and he's actually, I think he's going to actually ball out, man.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. I definitely think they got the better end.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so we also another player that's frustrated just with the organization is
Hmm.
Deshaun Watson. In Houston right now, like the coach that came in, I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head, but they just hired him last week. Never heard of this coach, and the 20, I think the 24, no, 26 years that he's been coaching in the NFL, and you just now hearing him take a head coaching job, and he's been
Yeah.
around the NFL for that long and never has had a head coaching job or even
Yeah.
an assistant job. So I I heard him say that he knew that Deshaun Watson wasn't going anywhere and that he was going to be the starting quarterback. So Deshaun Watson said, "Nah, fam, I'm out of here. I'm going.
Yeah.
like I don't want to be here because you guys, like, you literally took away my best weapon at wide receiver, arguably one of the best receivers in the league, and
Hmm.
then you you Bill O'Brien. He kind of reminded me of a Chip Kelly in a way. Just single
Yeah.
handedly made the stupidest decisions, and everybody's
Hey, I
just like,
know that
"Why?"
reference. Fuck Chip Kelly, yo. I'm an Eagles fan. Fuck Chip Kelly. All right,
Like you guys, look, you heard him. You heard Denzel. But yeah, man. Like Chip Kelly and Bill O'Brien, I think they should have just stayed in college because those two they did well on the college level. But when you come to the NFL is a whole different breed, and they like what in the world they like they don't get though. Bill O'Brien, he was doing okay. Like he was
Yeah.
doing good enough to get to the like the wild card game in the playoffs, but he could never get over that hump. And then he never produced, and then he started making stupid decisions by trading DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson, who didn't do absolutely nothing this year. So if you got
Yeah.
him on your fantasy team, I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
he didn't do anything.
Nope.
But yeah, man. Like so Deshaun Watson, we know that he wants to get traded, and Houston is saying that they're not going to trade him, apparently. But I think that's cap because I
Yeah.
guarantee you Deshaun will probably sit out the season if he doesn't get traded.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a player saying they're not going to play, I mean, the organization is not going to say, "All right, yeah, we're going to trade him," because that opens the door to other organizations saying, "All right, well, we're gonna, you guys want to get rid of him, so we're going to lowball the offer." If they're still saying, "No, we're going to keep him," other organizations might be like, "Well, hey, we'll offer you this instead,
Right.
since you
And
kind of still
so
want him."
and that kind of leads me into my question, like, who do you think Deshaun Watson what team could use an NFL quarterback right now?
Hmm.
Like who
San Francisco.
San Francisco, okay. So
Yeah.
and see a lot of San Francisco 49ers fans, they're gonna get mad at me when I say this. A lot of them are in deception right now, are in, and also in denial that Jimmy G is not that good as people make him out to be.
No.
He's really not. Like
Yeah.
Jimmy G, he at best, he's I don't know, like on a grading scale like 1 through 10, I probably give him maybe like a 6.5. At 6.5. Like
Yeah.
he's not terrible. Like he's passing technically, but he's he's not doing that great.
Yeah. And it's one of
So
those things that it's like it's also where the player want to go. It's like, does he want to go to San Francisco or does he want to go to New York Jets? Is
mm,
he going to take a step down? Is he going to, you know, try to stay
and
in contention?
and see the Jets, they they just hired Robert Saleh too, and I don't know if they want to. Me personally, I wouldn't want to keep Sam Darnold as my starting quarterback
Yeah.
because let's just be honest, there's never been a successful quarterback coming out of USC. There hasn't.
Yeah.
And I think I think if you bring him and keep him in there as the starting quarterback, Robert Saleh is going to be out of a coaching job in 2 years.
Yeah.
But you got you either draft a quarterback this year or you got to try your darn like you have to try your best to get Deshaun Watson
Yeah.
because those are going to be your two best options. And Deshaun, he could be a good fit, I believe, but I think he's talking about the mess that's going on in Houston right now. Dude, like you gonna go to an even bigger mess in New York, man.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be in rebuild for years, man. Not just a
Yeah.
year or 2 years. Like it's gonna be like 2 plus or 3 plus years. You're gonna be in rebuild mode.
Hmm.
So
Can be one
like,
of those things where do you want to be in the same situation or not? You know, I guess it
right?
just depends on how badly he wants to leave Houston, or if he just had it in Houston.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I'll tell you, like the quarterbacks right now, well, not the quarterback, but like the teams that really don't need a quarterback that we or yeah that we just know they aren't going anywhere is one Buffalo Bills. They're sold in on Josh
Yep.
Allen. Um, Obviously the Buccaneers and the Chiefs. They Tom Brady for who know Tom Brady is going to be out there taking snaps from uh, a freaking Walker.
Yeah.
like, like it's crazy that this man is just like he just competitive and has
Yeah.
all that the competitive juices flowing through him. But and then also Patrick Mahomes, he's that young quarterback, the NFL. He's the NFL cover boy right now, and he's gonna
Yeah.
be the next one because he's taking Brady's place. He knows pretty soon, and yeah, like I don't see those teams don't really necessarily need a quarterback. You can maybe throw the Browns in there. I'm not sure Baker Mayfield. I don't. He's still a question mark for me.
Yeah. Not saying
But
this is in question, but maybe even Baltimore would be a good fit. Do a swap
ooh,
for Lamar Jackson. Because
yeah,
I've seen
mm,
a lot of not a lot, but I've seen quite a few Ravens fans, upset with going to the playoffs losing, and
yeah,
it'd be a like for like swap almost. You get to
right,
play the same scheme, just different players.
right. And a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, Deshaun is the same as Lamar." No, he's not. Well,
Yeah.
no offense to Lamar Jackson, but Lamar, he just sure he can throw a deep ball, but is it going to be
Hmm.
accurate?
No.
No, it's not. Like he's
Yeah.
not. He's a scrambler. Like that's
Yeah.
really all he is. Like he can do short passes and short dump passes, but
Yeah.
other than that, he can't do that, man. Deshaun Watson,
Yeah.
he can throw probably 60, 70 yards flat footed and
Yeah.
just bomb it, man, and it'll be accurate.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool to see.
I mean, you could
But
use it as leverage, saying like, well, he doesn't want to be there anymore, and we'll take him.
yeah, seriously, like I'm telling you, because like I know, like for you guys too, like with in like with Seattle as well.
Hmm.
Russell Wilson, he's not going anywhere. Like
No.
he's Russell. Russell's won the Super Bowl. Like he know what it takes to win.
Yeah.
Um, but
Especially
it's
him and
just
DK together. They have a good bond right now.
yeah, they're filthy, man. That
Yeah.
those two are. Whew. And DK Mac, like I can go on about him for hours. And so, but
Yeah.
it's just besides Calvin Johnson and Julio Jones, and you can. No, I'm not gonna put him in there. My hot take. Mike Thomas is not in the same conversation as Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson.
I can
That's
attest to that just from fantasy football.
yeah. That's my hot take. Look, I Mike Thomas. He, I don't know. He has his up and downs. I feel like he has too many
Yeah.
downs for me than ups. Because like
Yeah.
he can go off and catch like 1,200, not 12, like 12 passes for I don't know, like 150 yards, 160
Hmm.
yards. But then next week he'll get like three catches for maybe
Yeah.
45 yards.
Yep.
Like he's not consistent enough for me. And
Yeah.
I know, sure, like it yes, the quarterback who's throwing the ball to him makes a big difference in that. But
Yeah.
you had one of the best quarterbacks like throwing to you, and
Right.
somehow you
Drew
still
Brees is
weren't
throwing it.
producing.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But I think Deshaun Watson, if we if I could see him going anywhere, I think Deshaun the best situation for him. I could see him going to the New England Patriots.
I was actually going to mention that.
I think he can. I
Yeah.
could see him going to the Patriots because we know Cam Newton. I love Cam, but Cam just showed this year that he's on the decline in his career. He's a hard worker, and I think Bill Belichick definitely helped him mature
Yeah.
because he screwed up big time this year and a lot of like throwing more picks than he did touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he was never quick to point fingers at anyone else. He always blamed. He said, "Hey, I'm taking the blame. Like, I'm like, it's
Yeah.
on me. I'm not." Like he matured because old Cam, especially when he was younger, dude, like he used to just be fed up, be petty in his interviews,
Hmm.
and now like he's fine. Like
Yeah.
he's just not the athlete that he once was.
Yeah.
So why not get a 25, 26-year old Deshaun Watson who can bomb the ball, who can scramble, and because really that you got to move towards that type of quarterback now in the NFL
Yeah.
because Tom Brady, like those older guys, sit in the pocket, they're they're gone now. Like they're going like Phillip Rivers, he's gone.
Yeah.
Drew Brees, he more than likely played his last game.
Yep.
Um, Ben Roethlisberger, he's probably about to go pretty soon. Um, and Tom Brady is realistically he should have been retired, like going off age wise, but performance wise, he's still hanging.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
he
yeah.
still can do Tom Brady things.
Yeah.
But and it's kind of funny too. Like this, he threw three picks and three touchdowns. And I saw a meme where it said Jameis Winston was looking at Tom Brady's stats and he's still going to
All that.
and saying like, man, how in the world is he going to Super Bowl and he's doing the same
Yeah.
thing that I did. But yeah, man, like the difference is Tom Brady's just icy, man, and
Yeah.
he's been there time after time, and
He's read
Jameis is
so many
Jameis.
defenses. He just knows how to read it. He
Yeah,
knows
man.
exactly where to put the ball every single time for the most part.
Exactly. So that's the separator right there. So I think like if he can go to the New England Patriots, I think what Bill Belichick wanted to do with Cam Newton, he's going to be able to do that with Deshaun, and Deshaun is
Oh
going to be
yeah,
able to perform that. And then you put him with the mastermind of Belichick,
yeah,
dude. Like that's oh my gosh, man, that's a recipe I think
yeah,
for another like to build another franchise with
yeah.
your quarterback, man.
And honestly,
So
they might need that. So they might swoop in and out of nowhere and grab it.
yeah, bite the bullet and do it, man.
Yeah.
Well, you got to. Um, and like so. The last question. All right, a simple one. Who is winning this Sunday and why? Like who you got this Sunday, Josh?
I mean, like you just said, we can't go against Tom Brady. I mean, he has a like you said earlier, he has a chance to show, with no disrespect to Bill Belichick, that he can do it on his own.
Mm,
And like that might, I mean, that's gonna, first of all, the talent Tom Brady has. Second of all, the drive of winning a Super Bowl without that weight of everybody saying, Belichick won it, the system
right,
won it. He has a chance now to say, hey, no, it was me.
right.
And I think that can pull him across the finish line. And no disrespect to the Chiefs. Chiefs are great. Patrick Mahomes, great. But I just think Tom Brady has a little bit extra,
Yeah, for
coming
sure,
up to the
for
end of the
sure.
wire. Yeah.
Absolutely. Who Denzel? Who you got this Sunday, man? Denzel. Okay. All right. Um. So I think somebody. I think for me, kind of like we were saying, I can't bet against the goat, man.
Yeah.
Like Tom Brady has always been Tom Brady, like, and it doesn't
Right.
matter if you leave really if you leave a minute on the clock for Tom Brady in the fourth quarter, that's too much time.
Yeah.
Um, Tom Brady, you you just be a fool just to really bet against him. Like,
Yeah.
sure, like the Chiefs are great, but Tom Brady is a huge difference maker, man. And like he's been
Yeah.
there numerous times. And I think too the big thing with the Chiefs, they have a good defensive line, but their defensive backs are
Hmm.
they're questionable and they're
Yeah.
inconsistent at times. And I think if they don't show up on Sunday, Tom Brady will have a night. Like he
Yeah.
may throw over for 300 yards, and like he's going to go down in history to be the best to ever do. Like he's already is the best to ever do it. Like he got
Yeah.
franchise 6 rings.
Right.
But yeah, you just can't bet against Tom Brady, man.
Yeah. I mean, it comes down to who are you gonna be most scared of holding the ball at the end? Like you said, that last minute. I mean, I'd be scared of Patrick Mahomes too, but
Yeah, for
Tom
sure.
Brady has the ball. It's more than likely it's over.
Right. And see, and I think it's kind of like I told my father-in-law when the Packers and the Buccaneers were going against each other. Um, I told him, I said, whoever has the ball last is going to win this game. And
Yeah.
it just happened to be Tom Brady
Yep.
because really like Aaron Rodgers, he's he's a top 5 quarterback. Like he
Yeah.
is. Like he's a beast, man. But I think Aaron, he's another person that's getting frustrated with his
Yeah.
situation in Green Bay. But I'm gonna say that for another time. But yeah, this Sunday, I think we're gonna be in for a good show. And I think the Buccaneers are gonna come out on top by hmm, by 12.
Okay.
I think they're gonna come out on top by 12.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a good game, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Um, but look, I appreciate you guys coming through and joining the show.
Hmm.
Um, if you're listening on Apple, make sure that you subscribe and leave a review. Help the channel grow. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you follow. And if you're listening to this on not listen, well, you can listen to it, but no, most people like go to YouTube to watch things. You want to see physical people, you want to see the faces. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that way you don't miss when I drop videos. And without further ado, man, I hope you guys have a great week. And on Thursday, I plan on bringing some of the guys from the Times Changing podcast, and they're a pretty dope group of guys. So make sure you guys tune in to that episode. Um, yeah, like hope you guys have a good week, and look forward to seeing from you guys.
Hey, bro, thanks
Peace.
for the invite, man. It was lit, bro.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely,
Hey,
man.
hey, what you need is somebody on here that disagrees with every fucking philosophy you got. That shit would be so funny. It was so
I Skip Bayless.
yeah, bro.
Nah, man. But hey, I appreciate you stopping through, man.
Hell yeah, bro. It's good seeing you.
Good to see you too, man.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too,
You
bro.
too.
But yes, as always, stay blessed, man. Peace.